I love you. You want me to pet you? You smell like Adam's laundry detergent. You smell like Adam's laundry detergent. Have you been inside the bush? I love you. Where's the battery at? Love you. My mamash. I love you. My special girl. Oh, you jealous? Stop it. Good evening. Let's build a bed. It's late. I'm tired. Did all the laundry today. I did like all those garbage bags that were from the inside of the bus. I washed all that laundry today. And 4 minutes. I'm waiting on my food to finish up here, and then we're going inside the bus. Brad and I already built part of the bed, but like he was really struggling. Like I feel so bad. Like he's, got problems, body problems. He's, and he's out here late trying to help me build this bed. There was some like issues today with Adam, and so like Adam wants me out of this shed like right now, so I can't go to sleep. I have to build the bed in the bus so that I can try and move out tomorrow morning so that he can have his shed back. Orly, I'm sorry, but you're not going to be going out right now. So I'm tired. I'm really tired. I'm stressed out. I'm tired and hungry. I haven't eaten all day. So I'm going to eat the shit out of this food. Two more minutes. You can be patient for 2 minutes. It's really cold outside too, so that kind of sucks. Stop it. Here, get up there. Go. Go on. Go. Oh, up. I can do this. I can build this. What are you doing, missus? It's not a place to stand, bro. Here, let me move this out of the way. Drink over there, got a water right here. Longest 2 minutes of my life. He's not mad at me because I didn't do anything. No, he's just mad, There's other things going on that have like absolutely nothing to do with me between like, him and other people in his life. And so, you know, when you're in close proximity to somebody who is kind of just angry, it can like offshoot and hit you. It's kind of like that. There's other things going on that I have nothing to do with that, you know, are putting a strain on him emotionally. And it tends to happen this way. Is anytime I don't know how to explain it without it sounding like I understand why it is happening from his end, so there's no animosity or whatever on my side, because I understand, you know, I understand the things that he's going through, that are you know, aside from anything that I have anything to do with. But no, he's not mad at me. Well, I wouldn't say that he lacks emotional intelligence, because he actually has all the intelligence. It's a choice, I think, more so than anything, to be quite honest. But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm living on his land, you know what I mean? I'm living on his land, and I'm taking up space in his shed that I was never supposed to be in at any point. You know, it was just only supposed to be for a couple of days, and then, you know, it was till I get my bus, and then it's like till I build the bed, and, you know, it's gone on. I've been in the shed way too long. So he has every right to, you know, want me out of his shed. I just wish that instead of it being a situation where he gets upset about something else and then is, you know, the solution to all of his problems is me being out of the shed, and he needs me to do that right now, this very second. I wish that didn't happen. I wish that there was like a, hey, I'm starting to get to the point where my frustrations are high, so I'm just letting you know that, like, I really need you to be out of the shed, like, literally yesterday. You know, just communication, instead of just I want you out now. That's frustrating. And, you know, as someone who, I'm a mom, I work, you know, almost full time, plus doing this stuff. I am spread so thin that suddenly having to think of because initially he was in such a state, and I haven't even talked to him. He never communicated any of this to me. He was communicating this through my boss and through Amy. But he was initially saying that he wanted me off the property and he wanted me gone. And then he said one thing to Amy, he said a different thing to Brad. So at the end of the day, what is it? I don't really know. And again, I have done absolutely nothing. I literally just woke up and went to do laundry. I sent him a couple of messages asking if he needed anything from town, day completely as normal. I got caught completely out of left field with all of it. It was a little stressful, but I'm not ever going to let anyone else have power over my emotions. So even if I did have to leave here in some expedited fashion, I know that it'll be fine. I know I'll find a place that I can go and park my bus. I've got my bus now. I can go anywhere. You know what I mean? I've got my house. So it's good. I have told him directly. I communicate directly. It's just it's not always two-sided. It's hard to tell someone hey, if you openly communicate with me what your needs are, I will do my very best to meet them. But that only works if the other person, you know, it only works if the other person does the thing. So, but again, like I said, me getting out of that shed is not going to solve any of the issues that he has right now. But because it is the only thing that he feels like he can control right now, like me being in the shed, that's what he's like going for. It sucks for me, but I understand why he's doing it. Like I understand the mechanisms behind the actions. You know what I mean? Do I agree with it? Probably not. Would I do it myself? No. Do I wish that it was a little bit like more open, more like directly communicated? Yeah, absolutely. But I understand why this is happening. There are things in his life that, you know, you have no idea about, that he's got. There's a lot of things going on in his life. He has a very stressful life. He's going through a lot of shit. He really is. So, you know, we're just two people going through a lot of shit, trying to kind of go through a lot of shit in parallel directions, you know? But exactly, Gio. Who are you and why are you parked next door? That's what I want to know. All right. Let's do this up. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this because the internet is so garbage over here. Can you guys keep me posted for the next, like, 60 seconds on whether or not it's working or not? When I set my phone down, I want to make sure that it's still going to keep working. So just give me a second here. Keep me posted on whether it's working or not. I can see your comments, so if it goes into a loop or something, let me know. Oh, fuck. Okay, we got this, Heather. You're gonna do this. You're literally gonna do this. You've totally got this. Okay, well, let's just build this first, and then we'll put them together. Is this 28? No, spare. Okay. And it's fucking cold in here. Cold as fuck. Thank God for these little LED lights that we got for work. Bro, come on. Okay. All right. Come on, Heather. And see, another thing too that like people don't take into consideration, I love him, you know? I love him as a friend. And so, you know, I'm going to, because I love him and I have a loyalty to him, I'm going to always try and I do this with everybody anyway, which is why I'm like always seemingly in my past ending up in abusive relationships, but I try to understand, I try to put myself in someone else's shoes genuinely and like see like how would I act if I were going through those types of things, you know? I'm willing to put up with quite a lot of shit. I mean, I'm not, because that's why I'm solo and shit now, but, you know, at some point in my life, I was very, very, very willing to put up with BS. Now it's just a matter of truly understanding. But when it does that, it's really annoying. Cool, love it when that happens. I would just hope that someone would afford me the same type of respect, you know what I mean? Like, I'm always gonna do how I would hope someone would treat me. And I would hope that, you know, when I'm acting out of pocket, that someone, like, tries to understand, well, that's not her baseline. Something must be going on to have her, you know, feeling and acting some type of way like that. And that's all that, you know, I try to lead myself a Christ-like existence. I try to ask myself, and genuinely, not just like, oh, WWJD, but like, what would Jesus do for real? Measure. Oh no, did you take the measuring tape, ma'am? Ah, shit. Fuck, I took the measuring tape. Well, that's not great. Oh, no, it's not great. No, 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 no. Damn. Alright, well, we'll just eyeball that shit. Let's see. I'm gonna go right there. So yeah, that's pretty much my target. Wow, Valerie, good job! Okay, and then for this, long ones. Shh. Measuring tape, schmeasuring tape. Poopsie poops. Oh, come on! Come on, man. I'm trying to fucking balance on fucking ballerina. Why will they not go through? Okay. Rip. There you go. Father Abraham had many sons. How many sons had Father Abraham? I hope I didn't screw that into the floor. One of them. So marching. Okay. Alright, so like, what's the likelihood of me being able to lift this shit up on its side? Go, go, go. Bum, bum, bum. I'm feeling like maybe I should flip it right sides before I complete the build. Because I don't think I'm going to be able to flip it once it's done. Alright. Okay. Short screws. Oh yeah, baby. Who do you love? I show. Who do you love? I Queen Sugar Brooklyn. Use a short screw there. Like a glove. Sometimes they catch and sometimes they do not. 81.75. 81. Home. Okay. Out of the way is great. I think I am due Poofarooski of my Julie. If I put these here, I will reward myself with some green medicine. 4. Excuse me, Brad. Father Abraham, many sons had Father Abraham. One of them, so am I. So let's keep marching on. Ass and titties, ass and titties, ass, titties, titties, ass and titties. Big booty bitches is what I like. I don't know the rest of the words. Ass, titties, titties, ass and titties. Okay, hold on. Stay. That's about center. Too far. Right there. Le centro. Perfect. Okay. This bus was insulated. Not for Alaska, but it does have, I mean, I just pulled all the insulation out. There's insulation here. I just bought insulation yesterday or day before. You'll be watching me put up insulation here probably tomorrow. Once I get the bed built, I can start putting things under the bed. And then I could make my bed up, move in, and then set my kitchen back up. I really want something to listen to. Let's go get my tablet. I'm gonna use you as my light. Let's go get my tablet. Beep, boop, beep, boop. Better go close the chicken coop while I'm out. It's that time. Oops. Shit, I meant to buy green medicine while I was out today. But I rushed home. I was drying the clothes. I had 9 dryers or 10 dryers. And there were those huge dryers too. And I was like, well, I can't rush home. I can't dry the clothes any faster. So I can't drop what I'm doing and run home and start building a bed. So I had to, all the laundry is still in the truck. Look at that. All them bags. When I open the passenger door, it's gonna fall out on me. So I just bagged it all up. and came home. I didn't even fold it, so everything's gonna go wrinkly. But it's okay because I don't really have anywhere to put clothes just yet. I mean, I have that dresser, but I gotta get like some of those plastic bins. They're on sale right now, and Jerry's for like $8 a piece. So normally they're like $12 to $14 a piece. So I'm gonna go to Jerry's and pick up some of these black bins with the yellow lids, and I'm gonna store them with like things I don't need every day under the bed. I made a pack. He will have a bed eventually, but he's gonna share a bed with me until I get his bed built. He's gonna have a bunk bed. I gave the thing to Brad today. So I just realized who you are. You don't need any information. Okay, you're not the same Kathy I thought you were, thank goodness. You're the good Kathy. I thought you were the bad Kathy. I was gonna block you, but I just checked your channel activity. I have another Kathy that spells her name exactly like that, who likes to be a little asshole. Okay.
Who is Druski? A model human? A human model? A comedic genius? Is that a chicken? A man? A hopeless romantic? Or is he even gay? You know, we show love to each other. What we do in the bedroom is between us.
Or honestly, comments of any kind, anyone mentioned in this video on behalf of me or yourself. The purpose of this video is to give my commentary and opinion on matters of public concern. Thank you. Drew DeBoard was born on September 12, 1994, in Columbia, Maryland, to parents Cheryl and David DeBoard. Drew grew up with a very strict home life, with his mom Cheryl being employed by the Department of State, and his dad David being a former captain in the United States Air Force and a major in the National Guard. Drew was allegedly inspired by comedians like Cedric the Entertainer and Dave Chappelle. According to Wikipedia, Drew attended college but became depressed and opted instead to watch YouTube videos. And he does tell versions of this story publicly, so it does seem like, yes, he did go to some college, and then, yes, he did drop out. So,
Many great founders, you were a college dropout.
Yes.
What advice you had?
The way y'all set that up is kind of like, that is a great thing, man. No, it's not. It's not a good thing.
What advice would you have who is on the cusp of maybe making social media a full-time job? Maybe they want to quit a job, maybe they want to drop out of school. What advice do you have for people looking to make that jump?
this isn't one of those origin stories don't add up videos, okay? But it does sound like Mr. Beast. On October 2nd, 2017, Druski would post his first video on Instagram under the Instagram handle Druski2Funny and received a lot of quote local love.
Remember, like, the first time you tried to actually skits on Instagram, was it awkward at all at first, or did it just go smooth? The first time I was kind of forced to do it because my homeboy just recorded me.
Ow, my nail.
I was just like talking.
Fucking screw it under my fingernail. Damn.
Recorded me. It was just like, yo, because at that point they had been telling me to do it. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm gonna get into it. I'm funnier than that guy. I'm funnier than that guy. I would just talk to him. Like, yeah, you can say you're funnier than those people, but until you do it.
But it wasn't until the next year, 2018, whenever Druski himself claims that he had his first, quote, mini viral moment. Now, that's 2018. He had his first mini viral moment the same time as Vicky, like a few months after. Okay, anyways, the way that he went mini viral was through this skit series called Scammer Matters, which is like a spoof on a 90s sitcom called Family Matters. So then Druski, he's done a lot. He then went on to host the Could Have Been Records series on his Instagram live, where he says it started out as a hoax or a joke, but it ended up turning into something real. It was basically a talent showcase competition show show mixed with stand-up. I mean, there's definitely like YouTube channels and different series and stuff based on this type of thing. I mean, it's like, I'm not saying he like inspired it, but you know, it's like one of those like, okay, you're auditioning for me, but I'm judging you type of things. Here's some he would kind of like roast people or just have fun with them and stuff like that. And over the next few years, Druski's rise to fame became more and more undeniable because that's when he started to collaborate with some huge names, mostly in music. He would appear in people's music videos. Jack Harlow is apparently one of his good friends, but he actually met Jack Harlow when they were both kind of like on the come up or whatever.
Early on, I found Jack Harlow, and he was one of the first like people in music I just took a liking to as like just a personality. I thought that he lived in the city of Atlanta at the time.
Are you fucking kidding me, bro?
Linked up with him, and we hung out. Of course, we were not really known, and I just heard about him, and he was like, "Yo, I'm going on this small tour," and I went on tour with him on the bus with like a whole bunch of people with showering at truck stops, just, you know, crazy stuff.
He also collaborated with Lil Yachty and the likes of Lil Durk. And then his maybe biggest break of all would then come in August 2020. Whenever he was featured on a Drake music video, Laugh Now, Cry Later, and Druski has spoken a lot about how this was really a big moment for him. And then he developed a friendship with Drake, and Drake would wear his merch, and you know, they were friends or whatever. Then Druski starts being somehow, someway known as hip hop's favorite comedian, and he does have like some hip hop jokes, and he has some friends in hip hop or whatever. Like he jokes about a lot of stuff that's not hip hop, and he even says, like he said it to Adam Grand Mason 22 before, like I am not, you know, even gonna say like the hip hop stuff is my biggest stuff. Like I started doing it recently. It's fun, it gets me attention, but no. So hip hop's favorite comedian, but he's not like only a hip hop comedian. I think it's a little misleading to just say that with no context. Okay, so he does these music videos and all that, and then by the end of 2020, that's whenever Druski would be featured prominently on a Revolt TV YouTube channel spoof. It was like what it ended up being, I think, was an advertisement for a show that was to come up, but it was one of the pieces of evidence that everybody is going crazy about right now in the media, linking Druski to Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs. It's like a sketch, whatever you want to call it, where Druski breaks into Diddy's house, but he's kind of let in. He's given a bottle of alcohol or tequila or whatever, De Leon. Then he's given like a rag for some reason, maybe for the little baby oil that's coming up. I mean, I don't know what that's about. This was in 2020. So this was before any P. Diddy allegations and anything like that was really in the mainstream. So Druski is in this skit. He's greeted by, what's his name, Justin Combs. Then later they are joined by Sean King, Christian Combs, or whatever his name is. You know, the little Diddy lookalike. And then Druski sees himself in the and they
What specifically are you looking for?
Black, white, Latino, masculine.
And, you know, puts on Diddy's clothes. He goes into the bathroom. He's giving himself a shot of the tequila. Diddy comes in and he's busted. And it's scary. And playing the scary music. They're friends. They're friendly, at least. And then shortly after that, it's announced that Druski is going to be hosting a series with Revolt TV, Sneaking In with Druski. So it was kind of like maybe like a trailer, a non-official trailer.
You
That
bitch.
does have to Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs.
Hey, what's up? It's your main connection joining hip hop and castaways.
And remember,
Fucking
Diddy,
crack.
like had a huge stake in, and I think was running Revolt at that time. It's like his media network or whatever. Okay, so then in 2023, Druski goes on his first tour, which featured traditional stand-up, but also doubled as a talent with that previously satirical Could Have Been Records thing. Okay, so he's basically on the road with a live audience doing the Could Have Been Records spoof auditions, but I think he was like actually at this point auditioning for a real record company. And that's possibly planned, but possibly just started out on social media. Like, folks, it's like a lot of times they being so unserious, you don't know if they joking or they not. And then if you take it serious, they're like, oh, you should have known I was joking. And then if you think it's a joke, it's like, why would you joke about something like that? Like the brother-father husband from a recent series. You know, it's like, I don't know, it's this thing. End up later on other projects with Druski, like almost like they were maybe auditioning for something, and it's just strange. So Druski's rise to lead into a screeching for whenever he was named alongside Diddy and the likes of Jacqueline Jaguar, right? He was named alongside big homie CC, a few other people, Christina Karam, who else comes to mind? Janice, Sean Diddy Puff Daddy Combs' mom. All these people get sued, okay? Beckham Jr., another one named. So, Druski has denied all allegations of all of this stuff in the lawsuits, and I do want to play his own words and just a little bit. But you might be wondering how we got here. Who is this Druski? Why do I care? Why does anybody care? And it's a good question because I was wondering the same. It's like all of a sudden you can't escape Druski. It feels like Anthony Oliver or something all of a sudden again all over. So he has had a few controversies. He has seemingly been able to escape them because he is very funny and very charismatic and very likable. And I think he probably has been able to get away with some stuff that maybe other people wouldn't have because of that. Like for example, he was really mean to this kid on one of Kai Cenat's streams one time. He also, and that was a minor, that kid was, a young person.
He insulted the kid to the point that he covered his ears in horror of what he was hearing.
That's you. I've been saying that to me all fucking night. Everybody call me the fat all night, but I can't call the other little fat. Hey, y'all niggas been all fuck out of here. Y'all wanna have fat over here when it come to the kids, but not me.
This is my little multiple times.
But he's also just been kind of like mean in his audition for his show. Could have been records or it could have been house, and there was a house, and he was just kind of like mean, and I could see why. On interviews of Revolt TV affiliated Breakfast Club and did PR and promo for these shows, and he said that he was inspired by Sean Diddy Combs on making
Could have been records auditions. Oh,
You kidding me, bro?
I'm dropping around with all my slime, serving them ace and double.
guys, give them a guy. This week we will be in Los Angeles.
Come back. Internet, come back.
California, LA, baby, where dreams are made of. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Yo, he's not better than me, though. That's why I'm trying to tell you he's not better than me. Oh, y'all blew it.
What are you guys about to do? Like, what?
Oh, we gonna...
And we all saw how Sean Diddy Puff Daddy Combs treated the cast of Making the Band.
Puffy just told us to go to the store in Brooklyn and bring him back a cheesecake and walk.
And now we've seen that, allegations and lawsuits will only allegations and lawsuits until we see otherwise. But I mean, he said he was inspired by Diddy making the band. Now you might be wondering with this whole Diddy thing, like, okay, so when he said he was inspired by Diddy, was this like pre or post lawsuit? Was this pre or post criminal indictment? It was February of last year, 2024. So it was after Cassie and I believe Lil Rod had made their allegations, but the criminal indictment hadn't happened yet, and the raids on Diddy's mansion hadn't happened yet. Whenever Druski was still out here saying that he was inspired by Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs. But even on the Breakfast Club, and I mean, this is Revolt TV affiliated, they were even kind of a little bit like, why are you saying it like that?
I like the way that he was talking to the people at his label on the show, so that's the same way we do our business.
So when they ask you about could have been records, like you talk a lot about the 360 deals and the bad contract. Do you actually talk to artists about that? Is that what you?
Yeah, hell yeah. I like to tell people straight up, we gonna kill them. Yeah. That's why I said I was inspired by P. Diddy. That's what I was talking about. Why the f*** y'all keep looking at me like that? When I say that, I'm saying that I'm inspired by the way he was talking to his people. Well, I ain't say that. I ain't say that. I like the way that he was talking to the people at his label on the show, so that's the same way we do our business, yeah.
Yeah.
We tell you straight up, yeah. If you know you getting fucked over from jump, What the problem is?
You can't, yeah.
You knew the contract when you got it.
And then there was some, other controversies with that association and affiliation. I mean, there's been a few viral clips with Druski and of him kind of talking about or trying to explain his association with Diddy and the parties. There's this one really viral clip of Druski saying like, "Oh, I didn't go to those parties. It's like amazing." One of the top ones, like, it's amazing. Nobody went to any of those parties. They only went to the Diddy parties that didn't have any of that stuff at them.
You ever been to one of Diddy parties? Yeah, I've been to attendance. I've been to attendance. Not, hey, what the fuck you smirking for?
They say that.
I've been in attendance. It's just that's all I said. That's all I said. I said, I've been in attendance. I've been in attendance.
We never been. We just asked.
Yeah. As soon as you asked, you said, "Do you have fun?"
I ain't seen that yet.
Yeah, you did.
I ain't seen that.
Yeah, I had fun. Yeah, I mean, it was a party. I wouldn't have one of them parties. I've been in attendance at a puff party. I've been in attendance. Yeah, I went. Yeah, but I ain't. Yeah, nah. I don't know which party. The party I went to, it was girls turned up. You know what I'm saying? The regulars. You know what I mean? Other celebrities and shit. Yeah.
That's what you do it live when you say, one of them. That's crazy.
It is pretty amazing that nobody's come out and said, "Oh yeah, I was invited to those parties in the back rooms." I can hear Mark Agnipolo going, "It's because it never happened, Your Honor." Then there is, of course, as already mentioned, Druski's associations and loyalty to Drake have been recently held against him because Drake is also facing some certain allegations of a certain type of F filing out here, and people have determined that that must mean that he is guilty, and so he has been, anyone that's been associated with him lately has been looked at a little more suspiciously, I'll say, and Druski has been very open about his friendship with Drake, so that's kind of given him a little bit of friction in the PR cycle lately. Then, of course, there's the association with Kai Cenat. He has his own dramas and issues in and of itself. I mean, it is widely known that his audience is like very, very, very young people. And he does like debauched shenanigans all over his channel all the time. Like he faked setting his house on fire. I mean, we talked about him at length in the Mr. Beast story. So y'all can go watch that if you're interested. But it seems to me like Kevin Hart might be some type of manager or something to both Kai Cenat and also Druski, because Druski is like, yeah, Kevin Hart was on the phone like fussing at us, like hollering at us this morning because we weren't watching the videos, the movies he told us to watch to get inspiration for the movie we're gonna make. And
You, Kai, and Kev. We know we want to see the movie. Is there actual talks happening?
Yes. We actually, he just called us last night, spazzing on us.
he is Kevin Hart.
Yeah, he is in Kevin Hart. He was just letting us know. He was like, guys, get serious about this shit. Because he gave us a list of movies to watch, to study. And he wanted us to, I guess I watched some of the movies that I did. So he was like, listen, man, it's not like you got shit to do. What you got set up for this year? Damn, we both just, I said, come on, Kev, don't do that to us, man. Don't. But he honestly was just, it's like hard parenting, you know what I mean? He's like letting us know, like, yo, lock in, because this is like, I'm trying to get y'all to that next level of thinking, like, all right, if I'm telling you to study this or do this or study this script or look at this movie, that definitely is something you should do because this is going to benefit your future. So, you know, he just was taking it hard on us, but yeah.
I don't know why Kevin Hart is hollering at these people on the phone, and it's like maybe he's, I don't know, maybe he's their coach or something.
Honestly, being like the.
And then, like I said earlier, I mentioned it briefly, there's also been a shift. There's also been a show based on the Comedy Tours type of thing called Could Have Been House. And it's like a flavor of love, a rock of love, chance of love, like type spoofy. It's like, it's hard to see how it's not Zeus Freaking Network as spawned by whoever did those TMZ, VH1, whatever those shows were. I mean, it's like, it just feels so similar to all of that. And the players and the people. And it just feels so similar to all of that. This show that he has. So much so that people have thought that the show was a Zeus Network show just without questioning. And there's like, you know, people making videos about it and stuff like that. Now, I thought it was. But I was unable to find any conclusive proof that it is a Zeus Network produced show. It's like the could have been productions or whatever. I don't know. But he's doing this show, you know, right on the heels of publicity, you know, perhaps astroturfed publicity, that he was dating a very beautiful model named Ruby Rose. And there was some drama.
Ruby Rose is a lesbian, isn't she?
Knowledgeable on the ins and outs of the specifics of that in here to explain those details, but suffice it to say, it's largely believed that the relationship was fake and a hoax and paid for and bought.
Druski and Ruby Rose are apparently in a real relationship. That's one of the baddest in the game, and a hefty motherfucker was able to lock her down.
Their relationship wasn't real at all. She is now claiming Druski paid her.
Ruby is too rich for you to do that. Oh, shit!
I think Druski's more popular than.
Oh, of course. I never heard of Shorty before the story, to be honest.
Really? It don't seem like he hurt tight.
I only give it up if I'm in love. I think he has way more to lose. I think he's way more famous than her. For the record, I never slept with that man. Paid for PR, not the.
What was that dollar amount that he gave her? So anybody talking about that?
Druski doesn't need to pay Ruby Rose to fucking date him.
You can spend 200 bands on this girl in a year. To me, that's like, what?
One way or another, pay for it every day.
Paying to fake pipe never happened.
Shaking my head, Druski was hitting that, and she had to take a step back and see what she had going on.
Hey, Ruby got video already? She got video already?
For the purpose of just putting his love life into the spotlight. Like, oh, here, like, get some clout by dating Ruby Rose and maybe, you know, pay her or something. And maybe that happened, because that does appear to be exactly what happened. Right on the heels of that breakup, he's got the Could Have Been Love show. And it's like, he don't have a type, and that is clear. It's like, you know, some of these people on the Could Have Been Love show, I gotta tell y'all, they are repeat players from other Druski productions. Is like, I can't even say her name, y'all. That is so.
I can't wait to
so
clean
that's
that.
what they calling her. It's just like on Flavor of Love. I'm telling you, naming them all kind of stuff. But this one, she was on she was on the Druski house. You know, she come back for the Could Have Been Love.
I'd take her down to the strip club. I know she's strong on that pole.
We'll tear some shit up.
Body rock. Throw it back, make some noise, make it clap for a rich. I'm a massage.
You're a massage therapist? Okay, what else?
I think.
So you just do the freak off stuff. That's what you tell them?
No, she don't do no freak off.
Okay, don't do the freak. Okay.
The show itself is depraved and debauched, y'all. On top of that, there's
Again?
another repeat player. We have Meatball. Or no, it wasn't Meatball. Who was the repeat player? Meatball.
All right, let's
she was
see
on
here.
Baddies, a Zeus Network show. And then came over to the Could Have Been house. The Could Have Been Love. Okay, interesting. I mean, she does seem to be the only one that really is like in love with Druski. I mean, she really does convince me that she likes him. So those are two repeat, you know, players. There's some other really stressful people on the show, I'll say.
You feel me?
But it's just kind of really on the nose for a Zeus Network show, but I guess it's not. I think one of the executive producers was from That's Real Chance at Love, or Second Chance at Love, or whatever it was. But yeah, I mean, it's really a debauched show. And then on one of the episodes, episode 4, they have I can't even say anymore now, being what my beliefs, like I'm not supposed to be saying too much negative stuff about people, y'all, but Dr. Umar is down there with the worst of them, in my opinion. I mean, total propagandist,
They're racist.
hate mongerer. Truly, I mean, like, there's nothing I could possibly say that hasn't already been said about the man. He has issues, he has problems, and I dare say he has demons.
The goddamn NBA is a suspect.
As soon as I said that, Mama Oya blew my cell phone off the stand.
I pray for him, truly.
Let me ask you a question, Dr. Umar. Are you totally against interracial relationships?
I am totally against it, and I want to make sure you understand why.
They are contacting the college to try to force them to cancel my lecture
Not
this
touching the
Thursday
ground.
to close out Black History Month. They're claiming I smoke crack.
But he's like, you know, a racist. And even, what's his name? Druski said they had to kick the man off of the show. They had to kick him off the set because he was causing so much race-driven violence and animosity and chaos on the set or something. I'll put the clip in here, what he said.
Black queens forever, snow bunnies never.
You don't even know what the you're talking about, and the internet eats you up. The is really wrong with all y'all that watch him.
I didn't say anything that was offensive. Asking a non-black woman why you want to marry a black man when black women don't have enough black men to marry them, that should have not been offensive.
You see, that's racist. You're racist. I can't even talk to you anymore. I'm so sorry, I can't talk to you.
Please, everybody.
How will you deal with the racism from your Asian family towards your black?
And I'm I'm just like, what is this?
Other than dating black men, have you ever actually tried to help the black struggle as opposed to help yourself to black men?
Right, I've been at 3 protests that were made.
What's going on here with all of this? I don't know what Druski's got this man on his show for. And then I'm just like, but for what? Like, this is all just rage bait. What is the purpose of this? I'm not sure about this. And it's like, you know, if they could just isolate Druski to in and of himself, that'd be one thing. That'd be fine. But there's all this other stuff going on, and I couldn't even finish the episode, to be honest. There's some other things that made me Nigeria auditions for the Druski show that were recent in the last few months.
Turn around and die. Dead or alive, you gonna take that movie from you.
That's how they fight.
Is that a chicken?
It don't matter where we at. The CEO always gonna tell how it is.
We already got Akon.
And then also, you know, what Vicky's connection now to Zeus Network is she's been in Nigeria. And then now we got Baddies Africa going to Zeus Network show. Natalie Chen going to Lagos, Nigeria, but only if they can get through the gladiator fights first. I mean, y'all, I dare say I don't think it should be on the internet. It is so debauched. It is so debauched and debasing, and it just makes me feel so sad to see. There were some people saying, you know, remove the censor so we could watch Woe Vicky get beat up.
How I've been a victim of Zeus because now I'm watching Druski's show, and yes, it's on YouTube, whatever, but when they be doing a little fight, they don't show nothing. It's all blurred out. Like, what? Oh, you can turn it off right then and there. Come on, Druski. Come on, YouTube. No.
I'm sick as because why are y'all blurring out the fucking fight on YouTube? Could have been live. Like, first of all, I need Zeus to pick this up ASAP. I need Zeus to pick this up ASAP. I get it, you may be making more money on YouTube, but like, I need Zeus to pick this up ASAP because I need to see these fights. I know Meatball was tearing that little white girl up, tearing her up, and that shit was blurred, and I could tell she did that shit. Like, what y'all like? So even like.
I can't with y'all. Something's wrong with you. I dare say you got demons. You might need to get an exorcism because how can you want to watch this? Y'all that's watching this, you need to really consider why you think it's entertaining. It's not. It's really not.
It's
I
not.
need to see it all. I need to see them being dragged. I need to see the hair pulling. I need to see the punches. I need to see who landed what. Like, this little pixelated...
Oh, the internet's not working.
Anyway, so back to Druski. I was unable to, inconclusive. I was unable to determine if he actually has any connections to Zeus Network, but there's so many tentacles that seem to reach across Zeus Network, Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs, Natalie Nunn.
Can you still see? Is it still working?
Nigeria, like...
Yes.
There's just so many tentacles. I'm remembering Natalie Nunn saying she could go right to Nigeria and make that money in 15 seconds.
I can fly to Africa and get that money in 5 seconds!
I'm remembering all of these allegations, and it's like, why is this show exactly like a Zeus Network show? Maybe they just got the same editors. I really don't know. Inconclusive. Okay, inconclusive. Now, Druski has been under a microscope, and some of those old jokes that he made in the past have been coming back to haunt him, as I have mentioned previously. So, then Druski, it all comes, you know, really to a screeching halt. Again, like I said, whenever he got sued this month, March 2025. Alongside P. Diddy. But there's this lawsuit. Now, you need to understand this lawsuit was filed already back in 2024.
I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen. All right, well, let's see if that works. No.
Actually been updated now from the lawsuit as of this month. And the John Does are now getting named. Druski, one of them, Drew DeBoard. Odell Beckham Jr. got him listed in there. We got Jacqueline Jaguar Wright listed in there. Big homie Cece, I think, was named. Really horrible allegations of the type and sort that we've now
Still working?
accustomed to hearing from Diddy. Specifically, the allegation against Druski, for the purposes of this video, had to do with some baby oil and some slip and slide type activities. The woman talking about she couldn't breathe due to Druski's enormous size. You know, just really throwing it out there and throwing it under the bus, saying that she was abused by him and others. Again, without going into too many details. Now, Druski has come out and said that because he was not famous at that time, because he was living in his mom's house, he wasn't even famous, then it doesn't make sense. Like, her story doesn't add up, because why would he be, you know, I guess, presumably, why would he be hanging out with Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs and Odell Beckham Jr. if he was just a nobody living at his mama's house? I guess, you know, maybe that's true. He did say that he already dropped out of college and made his first viral video by 2018, but who knows? I certainly wasn't there, and I do think we have to keep an open mind, especially when all these big name people are being mentioned. A lot of money and a lot of, you know, reputational harm and stuff could be riding on a false allegation, or even just an allegation someone might be believing is true, but maybe they're misremembering. I'm not saying that is what's happening, but I personally do have to say, for the purposes of the platform and my liability, I don't know. I don't know what happened. Druski has denied all allegations. Some heinous allegations have been made between Druski and P. Diddy, at least as early as, you know, maybe like 2021. There's connections with Odell Beckham Jr., which also 18, I think, or 20, maybe early 2020. So there's some connections, but having a connection to someone doesn't mean you do everything they do. And also, we do gotta keep an open mind about P. Diddy. You know, I saw and then him saying so sorry for it, you know, what he did to Cassie, and that's not what he's being charged for. That's not what he's being sued for. That lawsuit's settled. So, you know, we're gonna have to see.
I want to get footage of this so I can have it for posterity.
This whole entire lawsuit, whether unbeknownst to Druski or not, is just a giant smokescreen. Just a giant diversion to make us all look at.
So fucking mad right now. God. Of course it did. Of course it fucking went out. Of course it did. God, it built. Swear to God. You better have this footage. I swear you better have this footage. It's just fucking gone now. Of course. That's a real fucking bummer. No, not yay, because I missed every single bit that I just did. Lost the footage. So there's no footage now of me finishing it. There's no footage of me being all proud of myself. Pissed. Why did the internet go out? Oh. Oh, come on. What? Oh, God fucking damn it, dude. The internet went out. What fucking sparked the internet? What did that? Why did it pop? Man, I'm so pissed. Just while I'm doing something like this, you know what I mean? It's just really fucking frustrating. It's when I'm doing something like super important. I'm trying to get the fucking footage. Yeah, like the whole thing is all, the breaker, everything is popped. It's turning on now. It's booting up now. But the modem just... I don't understand why it happened. Not using any electricity over there except for the light. There's no heat running here. This side of the house was still on. It was just this shit over here. Man, what a fucking bummer. Hi, Ashley. All right, now the internet's connected. So let me just go back over there. I did get a little bit of video when it was all fucked up, so. Go potty. Go potty. Good boy. Good boy. I love it that his eyes reflect. All right, now that there's a fucking modem. Hello, meow meow. Look, Ashley, I got my bus back. It smells freaking wood. It doesn't smell like rat urine anymore because all the rats are pretty much gone. Look at that. I have a bed. Orly has a hangout area. I have a storage unit. And I'm gonna move this to the foot of the bed over here so that we'll have this whole walk area. And then I'm going to use some of this wood. I still got extra wood. I'm gonna build a little wall right there, like right here, a wall. And then I'm gonna put a closet thing on the inside. I'm gonna do a wall there, and a wall here. And I'm gonna have a little closet right there at the foot of my bed. And I'm gonna have a straight walk through. And then I'm gonna have a little closet. I'm gonna have a little, in that closet, I'll have my clothes hang up, and I'll have storage below and like a little counter space just below where my clothes will hang. And then I'm gonna have a bathroom here. I'm gonna get rid of this wood stove back here. And I think I'm gonna get rid of this thing too and just build an island. Now that I just built this bed, I fundamentally understand how and what I need to do in order to build like stuff. Oh, I got insulation here. So I'm going to be putting in insulation above the bed area. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build my house out in stages. So what I want to do is get the bedroom all done, insulated, and then framed out. And I'll put like wood in these tracks here. So then I can hang things from the ceiling. I'm going to put the insulation in these little areas here, these little squares. That's where the insulation will go. I'll buy squishy insulation for the walls. And then I'm going to frame out everything and then put wood. It's going to be wood everything. And I have to basically redo all the windows. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start just by caulking up the ceiling, which is my project that I've been working on until I had to stop and do this. But caulking the ceiling, the roof rather, on top, so that I can stop all of the leaking from happening. Hello, Meow. Oh yeah, Orly. No, I was forgetting. It still smells like rats in there, man. Come on, dog. I'm just gonna have to scrub clean. Orly! Orly! Come on, dog! You want a treat? Let's go! There he is. He was looking for me. Everybody's going inside. Yes, I have to make my bed. Oh, I'll be right back. Here, take a treat. Sorry, flashing your eyeballs right out. He loves that Badlands Ranch stuff. I'll be right back. Oh, there's a fucking hole there. Okay. Let's put this in my pocket. Put this in my pocket. Put this in my pocket too. Put this in another pocket though. Put you also in a pocket. Okay. We're not gonna stay in the room. We're not gonna stay in the room. No. Oh, I got it. Ah! Yes, you do hear frogs. Lots and lots and lots of frogs. Fucking laundry. love you too. I had to wash my hoodie. It smells so good. That was another reason why I couldn't just drop everything when it came time to like leave, when he called me, or like when my boss called me and was like telling me what was going on. I couldn't just like drop everything because I had all the, I'm one of those people, like I took off all of the clothes that I could and washed everything while I was at the laundromat. I didn't want to like waste the opportunity, so like I stripped down to my like underclothes, not underwear, but like my these pants, my PJs, I guess you could call it. Okay, I have to make the bed. Orly, can you get down? Can you get down, buddy? Come on, get down. Let's go. Get down. Go, get off the bed. Watch out, Money. Go ahead, get down. No, down, go. I'll give you a treat. Get down. Come on, get down, off the bed. Let's go. Come on, let's move it. Come on, Orly. Right here. Come, down. Ow, why are you scratching me, bitch?